How's it going, everybody? It is Thursday night. It sure feels like a Friday night. I wish it was Friday night anyway. It's Fandom Empire Now. Tonight we're talking, at least for Mike and I, our top 5 things we're looking forward to in Halloween Kills. We're also going to rank our buddy Frank Riker's favorite horror franchise, Scream. We're going to rank the 4 movies and see what we come out with. What's going on, Mike?
Not much, man. Good to be on. I felt like I was just on. It's always good to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's to talk about. I mean, we had a hell of a show on Tuesday. That list that we put together, the conversations that we have were awesome. I hope Frank Riker tunes into this podcast. I mean, or to the stream and podcast, because it's definitely needed. We need his commentary in it, or his comments in the comment section for sure.
I mean, we all know he's the biggest secret,
I know,
man in the world.
I don't know. He just hides it very well.
By the way, this yellow shirt looks fucking horrendous on camera. I don't know how you do it, Tommy. If you're watching out there, man, I tried to be you and it didn't work.
I feel like all I wear is black on these streams, so which is, to be fair, I mostly own black, shirts. So
our buddy Linton says it's 2:10 a.m. over in the UK right now.
Appreciate you tuning in, man.
That's some commitment, dude. That means the world. I think that's worth some horns. So there's a lot to sort of, dissect and go through today when it comes to these 2 franchises. But I just want to take a second to rant for a second, Mike. So bear with me here. It's going to be short, I promise.
No, go ahead.
To the people who come on this channel or not the regulars, we hope that they like what they see and they stick around. But you always get like one or two dicks, big, massive dicks, uh, every stream or every video that goes up where they try to be little you or other people on the channel or the audience. It's just like, you like us, great. You don't like us, that's cool too. But don't belittle the audience. They're the people that are choosing to spend their time watching us, and we appreciate it. So if you don't like us, there's the door. And if you do like us, Mike's buying ice cream for everybody. He told me this. This is completely true and not at all false.
So let me say this. It's funny you bring up ice cream because one thing I love doing about I don't like the prep work of hosting parties at your house or cookouts or get-togethers, but I love afterwards and the days afterwards because somebody always leaves behind extra food or extra beer or anything like that. And it's all for me to eat. It's just me and Carson that live in, which Carson is my dog that lives here. So I get everything. And I had people over for football a couple weekends ago, and my friend left a whole tub of Snickers ice cream. So what did I do last night? 1 a.m., grabbed that tub of Snickers ice cream and it went crazy on it.
Man, that's awesome. That's lit. Sounds like some good munchies going on there.
It was good. Not gonna lie.
And that's the other thing. People need to understand the difference between a live stream where we come on, we talk with our audience like this, and short videos where you get right to the point. Not every video that goes up on YouTube is a like short, straight to the point video. There's live streams, there's banter, there's fun, people. Fun, Fun. As long as Tommy B is not around. No, I'm kidding, buddy. So right off the top, I want to talk about this since you brought it up in the pre-show. You had mentioned about another new Halloween Kills TV spot is out there.
Yes.
And we'd mentioned the other day that there was at least 2 or 3 more to come. And I know for a fact there's a clip to come too. And I know what the clip is. And I can already tell there's going to be some people that are probably going to get a little worried about the movie after the clip.
Ooh.
And they might be like, oh no, it's not going to be fucking full of comedy again, is it? That's all I'm going to say is don't read into it. Enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, I was about to say this movie doesn't come off as too much comedy.
There's a bit in it. I'm not going to say there's none.
I don't mind that though. The only one that bothered me in 2018, and I love Christopher Nelson to death, was just the police scene. Didn't make sense to me. I didn't like it. I know a lot of people had a problem with Julian. I didn't mind Julian at all. I think the only problem you had with Julian is you thought he should be a little bit more scared. I think that was it. But as far as the comedy goes, I didn't have a problem with that. I thought it fit in well. I thought it was funny. It made me laugh. And to be honest with you, as long as it makes me laugh instead of roll my eyes, I'm good with it.
Nice. What do you think though? What do you think about what's being shown? You think I mean, you'd mentioned sort of off air that you thought might be too much.
I thought at first I thought it was too much, but being that I had already seen that particular scene that I came across, it didn't bother me. So I don't know. I just think for some people they're not gonna like these TV spots, which I only watch TV when I'm watching sports. So usually I'll rewatch everything if I'm watching live TV. It's usually or if I'm watching like a show that comes on live TV, I just go back and watch it on Hulu. So there's no commercials. So outside of sports, I really don't see anything. But I actually came across the TV spot on YouTube. So you got to be careful on YouTube as well. I didn't click on it. It just happened to pop up after I was busy washing dishes or cleaning up or something. And it popped up after one YouTube video finished. And I was like, oh, that's new. For the most part, it was scenes that we had already seen. But there was one clip in there for about 2 seconds that we hadn't seen in any other TV spot, any trailer, any teaser. We saw it in a leak along last year, but outside of that, yeah. So I don't know. I think there's 10. They're up to 10 TV spots now, and I don't know how far they're going. if they're going to come out with any more. So I guess we'll just have to wait to see. But I don't know. It just all depends on who you are and what you think is too much.
Yeah, it's subjective for sure. The Zacharoni asks, Sean, any thoughts on why Brackett is not being featured in some of the Kills marketing? I think he is. In fact, I'm positive I've seen him. I can't remember now if it was a trailer, a teaser, or a TV spot, but I've seen video of him. He's right in between the current sheriff and Karen. And I've seen stills too. So he's out there as much as he should be out there, in my opinion.
Can we agree that this sheriff is probably not going to get reelected when he comes up? Because this man doesn't do a damn thing.
Yeah, he's something else, isn't he? Oh wow. So no, I think Brackett's in there as much as he should be. By the way, if you want to support the channel, everybody, you can feel free to send in a super chat. It goes a long way to supporting the channel. But the main thing that we're doing right now on the network and for the foreseeable future is we have a focus on our Patreon content. We've had a bunch of new people sign up. This Sunday is Lampkin Lane. We're talking Halloween Kills, more stuff with kills, but we're also going to talk about something small with Halloween Ends and something fairly significant with Halloween Ends. So tune into that one. We also have Inside Fandom over on Patreon. We just did our first episode of that. Our second episode of that is going to be heavily featured with Scream. The new Scream movie will not be the same old shtick. More on that in the next Inside Fandom. And that's not meant in like a negative way per se. That's meant in a, I know there were people out there that were concerned.
It's a positive thing for me.
And it's not that. So, and we're going to tell you how. So check that out again, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. It's the number one way to support what we're doing here on the channel. For those of you that do that, it's greatly appreciated, and we hope you're enjoying the content. All right, man. Top 5 things you're looking forward to in Halloween Kills. Did you number yours, or do you just got 5 things at random?
I got 5. I mean, if you want me to number them, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want to go through.
Okay. I numbered mine.
Okay. No, that's fine. It won't take me long to do so.
All right. Well, do you think you know what your number 5 would be?
You can start off with number 5.
So I know for a fact one of the things that they were doing with Halloween Kills is they wanted this to be a movie that enhances Halloween 2018 more. It's on the same night. And at least in the script and all the reports that I was getting and the channel was getting way back when, it really did feel like that's what it does, is it does enhance 2018. But now I really want to see how it comes out on screen. And if after I've seen Halloween Kills, if I think that it's boosted Halloween 2018 up more. For me, I already liked that movie, so I quite enjoyed it. For someone like Toronto Freddy, who really didn't like that movie, I'm curious if seeing Halloween Kills will enhance his viewing experience of Halloween 2018. I think they're going for that here. I don't know if they will. Any thoughts on that, Mike?
I can kind of, well, I don't want to say I can kind of agree with Toronto Freddy, because I know you said he really didn't like it. I did end up liking it. It took me a couple watches. Like I've said before, I walked out of the theater kind of disappointed. I think when I first walked out, I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I think now it's like an 8.2 in my book out of 10. So it's a good, solid movie. But I think what we're getting with everything that we have seen with and heard of, I haven't read the script, but everything that we've heard from David Gordon Green, Jamie Lee Curtis, everybody involved, what we're going to get in Ends is a type of Halloween movie that attracts me. I think everybody has their preferences of what they like when it comes to horror. And this is actually going to lead into my number. My number 5 is, this is a Michael Myers movie. Obviously, this is a brutal movie. It's called Halloween Kills for a reason. I know a lot of people that weren't Halloween fans were at the screening and said there was too much killing in this movie. Well, that's what attracts me, and that's what Michael Myers is. He's a brutal mass murderer, and that's what we're going to get in this film. I felt like 18 was more of a movie for Jamie Lee Curtis, which I understand what they were doing there. And then Kills is going to be Michael Myers. Like, this is his film, and I'm very excited to see that. So that's going to be number 5 on my list, that we're getting a brutal Michael Myers film, and I'm looking forward to that.
I agree with everything you just said, but it also brought up a pet peeve of mine, is the way the movie's being marketed. And even that second poster that you see out there now, which is basically just Laurie, I think is just so misleading and disingenuous to the fan base. I know they want to pump the tires. Hey, it's Jamie Lee Curtis, average moviegoer, come see this.
Yep.
But
that's what they're doing.
The marketing is playing it off as if she's the main character in this movie, and not even close.
Yeah,
not even remotely close.
We've mentioned it before. I mean, she was filmed for like 9 days, 10 days at most. So I think she was down there for a total of 2 weeks, but actually filming was about 9 to 10 days. So if you should read into anything, that should tell you a lot right there of how much she's involved in this movie.
Absolutely. What's up, Matt? How's it going, dude? Hopefully all is well. Let me see what I have for number 4. Number 4 is the mob mentality. I've read about the mob, heard about the mob. I know exactly what happens, but there's so much that's in the script with the mob that just like, you can have whatever you want in words, but unless you have some visuals to go along with it, it's really kind of hard to imagine what it looks like. And I know for a fact there is 3 significant scenes mob related. I mean, there's more than that, but like there's 3 key ones that stand out like to me when you're reading the script or you're hearing about it. It's like, oh, that sounds cool, but it's really hard to picture what it would look like in the moment. And I think I'm really looking forward to that. I'm hoping I like it. I'm also kind of worried I might not.
So I'll go ahead and say the mob mentality is number 4 on my list too. I'm very intrigued to see how they do this. From listening to you saying that how everything is written on paper, how this sounds and how good it sounds on paper. Obviously, like you said, we got to see how it translates to the big screen. But everything that I've heard is going to be fucking awesome. But as soon as you started talking about the mob mentality, I actually saw a TV spot of that I believe may be a significant scene that you're talking about. I'm not going to say over air, but it's a very, very, very quick clip. Very quick clip. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the mob mentality as well. See how they're going to play that off. See how Tommy Doyle is going to do. I know that you said that he plays a huge factor in this film. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I think, like I said, I haven't read the script, but I think, alongside Tommy Doyle, it sounds like Andy Matichik is going to be a pretty badass in this movie. So I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. I liked her in 18. So to have her at an elevated, kind of pissed off level 2, at least that's what it sounds like from the trailers and things like that. I'm very excited to see that.
Ricardo Barboza sends in a $2 super chat. Do we think Halloween Kills will get an IMAX release on opening week? I can tell you that there is no like nationwide or North American wide IMAX release of this film. That doesn't mean
that's what I sent you is what I saw in the TV spot. I don't know if that's true.
Oh, really? Really?
Yes. Is that true?
It happens. I'm stunned. Well, I don't. Hang on. I'll finish the super chat in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
It's like a 1.3 second clip. But I could tell who it was.
I don't understand why you show that in. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, that fucking fat Fandom Empire guy won't stop bitching about what they show in fucking trailers." Him in his fucking yellow T-shirt.
But see, I haven't read the script, So I'm being like, that's what I thought I saw because of the angle. You can't tell
Can you
who.
find me a link to
Yeah, I'll do that.
that? Okay, so there is no like North American wide IMAX release of this movie. That does not mean you're not going to be able to see this movie in IMAX. It just might be very hard. Like there will be several theaters that aren't even going to have an option to see this in IMAX. And the reason for that, excuse me, is you have Bond that will have been out. You'll have Venom that's out. And on Halloween Kills second week, you'll have that movie that everybody said was going to crash and burn and is off to a just raging good start overseas. And they haven't even opened in all markets yet. Dune. So there's just not screens. You know, even if Dune doesn't do good financially worldwide, it's still a movie that's expected to make way more money than Halloween Kills.
So I sent that to you, Sean. I would start it at the 15-minute mark and kind of let that play.
15-minute?
Or 15-second, I'm sorry.
Oh my God. I will mute myself for a second here. Do you have any thoughts on if you think we're going to see many IMAX?
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't think we're going to see that many IMAXs across the states and outside of the states. I was looking very forward to watching this movie in IMAX. I mean, because it would have been so badass in IMAX, and it's just very unfortunate that we're not going to actually get that. So I guess we'll see how that plays out overall. But yeah, I think if you're lucky enough to have this film show up in an IMAX theater near you, you need to take full advantage of that, because that's not all of us are going to have that option. I don't even know if I'm going to have that option. I know that they have released times where I'm at. I'm in Virginia, and they have released times in about 4 theaters. The day before the release date, like they always do. But Sean's shaking his head, but I was correct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I thought so. And then did you see the ending of that? I didn't even bring that part up.
No, let me go back.
No, these TV clips are just crazy. And I didn't even mean to watch it. I really didn't. But it just popped up when I was on YouTube, and a lot of it I was like, "Oh, this is fine," because a lot of it looked the same. So I was like, "Yeah."
The part just before the ending. Surprisingly, that TV spot has quite a few new things in it.
Yeah, I know. If you don't want to see it, stay off YouTube and don't watch TV.
I think you're up, Mike. What do you have next?
What are we on? Are we on 3, 4. Right?
Oh, did you do your 4?
Oh no. My 4 is just
mob.
You said what?
Your 4 was mob mentality, right?
Yeah, my 4 was mob mentality. So we are on 3.
Okay. My 3 is the ensemble. So for me, there's so many different characters in this movie. It's gonna be fun to watch them all in different timelines. It's really cool. But the main, like for me, 6 or so that really move this storyline. We did a video on these exact 6 characters too. My God, it had to be like March 2020, February 2020, something around there. And I'm talking about Allison, Karen, Lindsay, Tommy, Lonnie, and Cameron. Those 6 characters, in my opinion, are the ones that really move the story for the protagonist in this movie, not Laurie Strode.
So I'm really excited. I already mentioned I'm excited to see Andy Matichik in this movie, but Karen kind of annoyed me in 2018, and I don't know why she did. She just came off as a very annoying character to me, but it looks like she does play a huge role in this film. So hopefully I really like her part. That's kind of something I'm nervous at, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I can't put a finger on why she annoyed me in 18. She just did. She came off as kind of annoying. but maybe having a bigger role in kills and kind of looking like a badass as well, just like her daughter. Um, I'm excited to see it.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I think people should absolutely not write off Judy Greer before seeing this movie. I think she's going to surprise a lot of
Good.
people.
That's very good to hear. Number 3 for me is just the overall. I brought up this is a Michael Myers film, but just the overall kills that we get in this movie. That's something that I'm looking forward to, just period. And I know we already seen a lot of them in the trailer, but I know Sean had mentioned there's more kills than there are a number of days in October. So I'm very excited to see the brutalness of Michael Myers. We have gotten brutal Michael Myers in the past, especially with the Rob Zombie films, whether you like them or not. Very, very brutal Michael, even as a kid. I mean, beating a kid to death with a stick. I mean, what the fuck? That's when we had really, really brutal Michael Myers. And I think this is going to be just as brutal, if not more. Obviously, it does sound like more. So I'm very excited to see the kills in this movie, how they're going to go. I thought the kills in 18, some of them were pretty fucking good the way that they were put together. I hope there aren't too many off-screen kills, like kills that look like they were really badass, but we just didn't get to see them. Like the cop in 18, right?
I'll say this, and I hope this isn't saying too much. It's not going to tell you about a specific character that dies or anything like that, but like it would be impossible to figure out the kill count on one viewing of this movie for very specific reasons. So
Gotcha.
there's lots of kills,
But yeah,
lots of kills.
that's my number 3.
My number 2 is basically kind of what you just said. It's The Shapes Madness. I'm ready for an in-your-face Michael Myers movie. It's one of the reasons why I understand, though, why like mainstream critics might not like the movie, because it's not really like 2018 appealed to horror fans, Halloween fans, slasher fans, and the generic, average moviegoer. I do think this is a movie that's more designed for the hardcore fan base, even though they might not be marketing it like that. So I'm ready for in your face, Michael. And for those that want like old school Michael, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting 78 Michael, and you're getting what I've been saying for the longest time, a pissed off Michael Myers. So any thoughts on that? Anything you want to expand on there?
I mean, I definitely agree with you. There was, it's, I guess it's tough for me because I really do enjoy the brutalness of Michael Myers and what he can be. What we've seen in some of the past films with some of the kills. I just think 1978, the stalkiness, that he portrayed, and just I wouldn't say normal kills, but ones that didn't seem like as brutal. They still stuck well for some reason. But I guess now being so many movies into the franchise, and I guess just the day and age that we're in, it's the brutalness that I'm here for. So yeah, very excited for that.
I'm ready for it. And that clip that you just pointed out that we've been very vague about, that whole sequence is just like, I've never had a visual to that sequence before. I've only heard
Sean,
about
like,
it.
do I need to take like some pre-workout to get my blood flowing like for this movie to be like on a super high? Like I feel like my heart is going to be racing the entire film. Like what do I need? What do I need to prepare?
I think that's one of the problems, though, or not problems, but I think that's one of the problems for the average moviegoer, the mainstream reviewer that's seen this movie so far. Is this movie, we've made no bones about it. The flashback happens really early, flashbacks, and once you sort of like get past the intro credits, it's just like it just keeps like there's no slowing down.
Like not even in you've read the script, so, and I'm not gonna ask too many specific questions, but like not even. I feel like the only slowdown parts or the slower parts would be the very few scenes that are in the hospital, maybe. But I mean, then again, we see so much happen outside of the hospital too. So it's just like, what are you talking about? Maybe 26 seconds that you can catch your breath of Lori talking or the sheriff talking to Judy Greer. I mean, like, it doesn't seem like a lot of downtime at all. So, but I'm fine with that. Like, that's what I want. And I understand pace is important in a lot of movies and most movies, but I just felt like the pace was a little too dull for me in 18. And it just was. I'm so much about this brutal Michael Myers, and I'm so excited to see it because I want to. Toronto Freddy, okay?
Horn for boy Freddy. That's just fucking gold, man. Gold. Number one for me is the flashback. I have said this again and again and again on this channel. I think after people experience this flashback, and now that you have some visual representation of way too much of it, in my opinion, I think people are going to say, well, why couldn't they have just made a new part 2 to the original Halloween movie that takes place back then? With, people are going to want to see more of that, but sometimes less is more. And I do think they don't miss at all on the quality of this flashback. And I know there's some people saying like, well, nothing can happen during it because they said he kills this many amount of people. All I'll say is it's not just a flashback for nostalgia. There's very important shit that happens in it. So pay attention.
I'm so excited to see that.
Don't get caught long in the popcorn line.
For me, I'll go ahead and this kind of shouldn't even be in my top 5 because I've already listened to it, but the score in this film. I'm so excited to hear. I've heard the score.
Yeah, it's good.
It's just great, and I just can't wait to see the score with on screen in the theater. You know what I mean? I'm so excited for that. I mean, it's very, very good. We get some classics. There were a couple on there that really brought back some nostalgia memories that kind of gave me goosebumps. So I'm very, very excited to see how they're going to fit these in the film, where they're going to fit these in the film. And some of them by the name, you can see where they're going to fit them, but there's a couple of them where it's like, well, that one can probably go in one or two places. And that one is kind of there for nostalgic reasons. Is that going to be in the flashback? Like, I don't know. I'm just very excited to see it on screen, on film. So I'll go with the score for number 2.
There's a certain part in one of the trailers that everybody keeps, like, I literally see everybody on social media being like, oh, well, it's this, and like 99% of them have it wrong. And that's not like a gloating thing. It's
well, that's a good thing they have it wrong.
They showed that in the trailer, and it's kind of jarring when it happens. So it's not as straightforward as people think. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the flashback though, man. This movie is getting so close. I'm so excited for it. I'm cautiously excited for Halloween Ends as well.
Yeah,
we'll get into that more on Lambkin Lane on Sunday though. But yeah, no, the flashback was one for me. What was one for you again?
One. Oh, well, we were on 2, or I was still on 2, and then.
Oh, so you have 1 to do still.
Yeah, it's the flashback for everything that you said. There's no reason to dive into it anymore. I'm very excited to see that. The things that I feel like I was worried about when I first heard they were doing a flashback, just not worried about that anymore. So I'm very excited just to sit back and really enjoy it. Absolutely. And the fact that we're getting this brutal new Michael Myers plus the flashback, I mean, I don't know, man. It's getting my blood pumping already. I'm excited.
I will admit, seeing a visual of that that clip where you were talking about there, it's been something I've been like, it's one of the things I'm looking forward to most in this movie is the mob shit and just the lighting of that shot and how it's shot looks fucking.
And I just heard that one character is so badass in this movie, so I don't know. I didn't know. I had a feeling that obviously that was going to happen in a sense eventually somewhere throughout the movie. But those two together, face to face, man, it sucks that I saw it, but now it still has so it's, I don't know. I go back and forth with it because I don't want to see it, but then again, when I do see it, it just makes me fucking wonder even more. And I'm hyped for it, man. It gets the mind going. Now I'm just, as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, what about this? Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? How they're gonna do this? So
the Sound Painter Studio says Scream is coming out this January. That is correct. And that leads us into our second countdown of this show, and we'll give some in-depth reasons as to why they're placed where. But we're gonna do a Scream ranking here. I didn't score the movies, Mike, but I have them ranked 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll start off with 4s, and maybe you can tell us whatever movie you have in number 4, why it's there.
My list is going to be boring. It's going to be simple.
I-
Not in detail. I'm just saying like the way that it's ranked. Number 4 for me is 4. I liked some of the things that they did in this film, but my reaction after the movie was just like I didn't like it. Like I didn't enjoy the film at all. That was after the first viewing. I have gone back and saw it a couple times since then. And it's okay, but it's honestly the highest I could probably give that movie is a 5 out of 10. And that's just me being honest. And I like the Scream franchise as a whole. I mean, but doesn't mean I enjoy every single movie or every single movie's a 10 or a 9 or 8. That movie just doesn't sit well with me. Like I said, I liked some of the stuff that they did. I liked how they kind of went in a newer direction, but still not really. So I don't know. It just some parts were played out. I didn't like the killers in that film at all. I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me. So number 4 is 4.
Toronto Freddy says, click that like button, people. It's absolutely free to do. Click the like button, hit subscribe to keep up to date on all of our future content. We've got a lot of it coming. Patreon supporter sends a $10 super chat. Clearly, the critics that reviewed Halloween Kills are not Halloween fans from that final trailer. It looks like it has a lot of suspense and nostalgia. It does have a ton of suspense. I will say, though, that the majority of the suspense is in the flashback, in my opinion. A lot of the rest of the movie is real in your face, but not all of it. Like, I mean, to me, if you look at the car scene at the beginning of the final trailer, like that's suspenseful right there, the way that they do it. There was more suspense in that little clip there than what was in a lot of 2018. So there is suspense. It's obviously jam-packed with nostalgia. Cat's out of the bag. Loomis is in the movie. It's going to be fun. If anything, it's going to be fun. I don't think they go too far for it to be fan servicey, and I think that's important. My number 4 is the same as yours, Scream 4. I really thought I might like this movie.
No, that's just a little shocking to me. Usually people have a certain movie placed at 4. So I'm kind of glad you agree with me because I thought I was going to be way in the dark on this. Usually people have Scream 3 at 4.
I have 4 at 4. I really wanted to like this movie. It had new cast that I actually liked. What is her name? Hayden
Panettiere. Wow, I just butchered that myself.
Me too.
I can say I usually can say it fine, but yeah. I thought she did good too, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Kirby, I think she was in the movie.
Yeah.
So there was her. I liked her. I really like Adam Brody, although I didn't think he did anything for me in this movie. And I can't remember the guy's name, but the dude from Blackish, who I usually like, I just kind of thought he was stupid in this movie. They were paired together as cops. And this movie just misses on basically from the get-go. I think they thought their opening credits thing was going to be like cool, and maybe if they only did like 2 of them, that
I was about to say they went a little overboard on that.
Did like what 5 or 6 of them, and it was like
it was a lot. Yeah,
you just went from cool to repetitive and terrible.
Yeah, and it got to the point where it's like once they actually finished it, like the real one was the real one. It's just like, oh, okay, so that was it. That was the real one.
That moment you try to take a sip out of your drink, but the cap is still on it. Yep, I got caught on cam doing that. What do you got at 3, man?
Scream 3.
Why is 3 better than 4 for you?
That's a good question. I don't know. I just like the storyline of 3 better. I like I kind of like that they killed Cotton Weary off first, and I like Cotton.
I like Cotton a lot.
I think that he could have played a bigger role in that film, but then again, I mean, I guess I kind of see where they were going with that and killing off a bigger character to kick off the movie. I see they're trying to keep things in line with the first one by killing off a big character. But I'll jump into the first one in a bit. But yeah, I just thought that I really liked this movie. Period. I liked like the way it was set up. I kind of like the way that they did. They actually, to be honest with you, the only reason that I don't like this film is I don't like the whole killer stepbrother thing or half brother thing.
Or
It
the
just kind of it
Hoffman
just
Nine.
yeah, it just kind of defeats the purpose of how much Billy and Stu meant to the franchise in a way. That's just for me personally, but I like 3. I give 3 about a 7 out of 10.
Uh, Mine's a really close call for what gets third spot. Like really close to the point where like I don't think I'd fully decided until we finally got to this topic. It was that neck and neck. But 3 for me is Scream 3. Um, it's all in all a pretty bad horror movie. But there are some really it's so bad it's funny and entertaining moments in this movie that make you want to watch the movie again, whether you're just, getting drunk or getting high or just having a fun night with your friends. Um, I think there's watch value in Scream 3 like that. So
It
I
really is. It really is if you think about it. Because if I'm sitting here thinking about like I've watched Scream 3 a pretty good amount of times to be honest with you, and it's not like I really enjoy the film either. So I guess I can. So I see now that you say it out loud where the watch value comes into play because I'm one of those people that goes back and watches it for whatever reason that is.
Scream 3 is a better film than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, in my opinion. And yet, I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 as a Halloween movie is the worst Halloween movie in the franchise. And yet, I find it more rewatchable than some of the other Halloween movies because it's so bad that it's funny to watch at times. There are movies that have that sort of rewatch value because it's so terrible, you get laughs from it. Obviously, not the way it was intended to be viewed, but there's that. What do you got at 2, man?
Scream 2. So as you can see, the way this is played out is for me is in order.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I just thought that they got worse over time. But this is Scream. These last 2 films are ones that I really enjoy. They kind of remind me of. Actually, never mind. I'm not going there. But
Where are you going? Where are you going to go there?
I was gonna say they kind of remind me of Child's Play. Like I really enjoyed the first 2 Child's Play films, and then after that, it just kind of went to shit. Like the third Child's Play when they're at the military school, it's kind of sucky, but it has watch value, just like 3, just like you said as well. So that honestly, it does kind of remind me of that for me personally, because I really enjoyed those first 2 films of Child Play, and I actually really enjoyed the first 2 films of Scream. So I thought 2 was very well put together. The killers, they were okay. I guess I can see why Billy's mom would be the killer, but I still would have kind of still liked somebody better. But that's just me being picky, to be honest with you. But yeah, I like 2 overall. I thought it was really good. The kills were pretty good. The first kill of the movie was kind of fucking weird. I mean, you're not taking a knife and stabbing it through um, a bathroom stall, but whatever, make it work.
Orman from House.
Yeah, that's not happening. So I like the comedy that with those 2 in the beginning. It wasn't too much. I don't know. I enjoyed the film. I thought it was good. I like the cast in this film. Dewey was Dewey. I mean, everybody was the same. I mean, you get what you get with these Scream films. So, but I really like 2 a lot. It's a good go back for me, and yeah. So Scream 2 at 2.
Well, number 2 for me is uh Scream 1, the original, is number 2 for me. I think that 1 could have been the best film in the franchise and definitely has the DNA of a film that could have been the best film in the franchise. But the more I watch that movie, the more it drags on in the middle, and there's, like, all this time where there's, like, not a kill that happens, and it's just exposition, exposition. Uh to me, that movie could have been 20 to 25 minutes shorter, and it would be way better. Cut 20 minutes out of that movie, I think it'd be way better. But I like the killers, you know.
Yeah.
So the OG is your favorite. Why?
I don't know, just
I know that's
something
the
about.
popular choice, by the way. That's definitely the popular choice.
Yeah. I see a lot of people when they put. I see a lot of people usually have the same list. Usually it's Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 4, and Scream 3 is usually what I see a lot.
Mhm.
But yeah, the OG is still my favorite. It's one of, I don't know, it's just a film that I saw as a small kid, and that honestly I just really enjoyed. It's a film that I still go back to. I know a lot of people say that the rewatch value isn't there for them, which I can respect. But for me, it is. I love Nev Campbell. Period. I don't care what anybody says. In the Scream franchise, I thought she did a great job in pretty much every film. Um, so yeah, I mean, I love the killers in this film. I thought made sense. The storyline made sense. I understand where you said it ran a little too long. I can see that. I don't know. I just thought everything was very well put together. It was something new. Wes Craven did something new. The fact that they killed off Drew Barrymore. I was little, so I don't know what the experience would have been like going to see that in theaters. But I'm sure the first time that the people saw that in theaters, they were, I'm sure, pretty fucking shocked. Just because I guess of how big Drew Barrymore was at the time, and
Imagine being
um,
a Drew Barrymore fan going to see that movie.
oh, you're pissed. Oh yeah, you're fucking pissed. But I don't know. That was just very ballsy of Wes Craven to do that and to bring in a really a whole new cast of characters and not have a movie rely on a very well known actor. You know what I mean? So it was just good overall, and it like I said, for me, it's a movie that I go back and watch a lot.
So Scream 2 is my favorite. I have a extremely unhealthy man crush on Timothy Oliphant. So I liked him as the killer in the movie. I just think it's a really good horror sequel. You know, a lot of horror
It's
movies
pretty
and
good. Yeah.
franchises fall off the map come sequel time, and I thought this one got better. I hated that Dewey lived when he absolutely should have died, but yeah, no, I really like Scream 2. Um, there's lots of twists and turns in it, and it has some cliche things in there as well. I just think they did a to me, when you watch those two movies, and I remember seeing both of those movies for the first time, Scream 2 scared me more than Scream 1. As an adult, I don't think any of those movies can come close to scaring me.
Yeah, they don't scare me as well. I watch them more. I watch the first two now, just more of just wanting to watch Scream. To be honest with you, there's very few movies that really kind of give me chills and really scare me. I guess three that come to mind is the original Halloween gives me goosebumps. The Shining still freaks me out. The first Conjuring kind of scares me as well. So there's a few out there that kind of puts that fear factor in my mind and in my head. But yeah, I kind of just watch Scream just to rewatch it. To be honest with you, yeah, I don't really get any. I don't get scared now. As a kid, that obviously that was different. I mean, just because of the ghost face in general. You know what I mean? Just being able to pop up, and he was really the only one that really ran for me personally. The very first slasher killer that I saw as a kid that ran. You know, in my mind, Michael Myers and Jason and Freddy and they all freaked me out. Like, don't get me wrong, I was still scared of them, but the fact was that Ghostface ran, whether he was just a regular guy
Trip
or
over
not.
every couch he runs into.
Every couch, every door frame. I mean, and most of the time he still got you. So I mean, which is embarrassing, but
He,
yeah. So
Ghostface is something else. So let me throw this out to you before we get to some of the questions here we have in the chat and wrap things up here.
yeah,
Short.
and I kind of want to at the end, I kind of want to throw out a question that I threw out in the group at the end.
You want to do
Uh,
that now so they have time to answer?
yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and frame it. So I'll just let everybody know I'm working on an article for Collider, and I am writing about the 10 most brutal Michael Myers kills in the franchise. And I got some good ones put together. And to be honest with you, when I go back and watch a lot of the kills, a lot of the brutal ones happen in six. to be honest with you. I mean, there are some fucking brutal ones in 6. So, but I just want to get everybody's opinion, just kind of get some ideas. I pretty much got the list done, but in case I missed something or just to hear from y'all, I just want to know what most brutal Michael Myers on film. So I know or on screen, I should say, because I know we see some like in 18 with the head in the cop car, the flashlight. I'm sure that was fucking brutal, but we didn't actually get to see that. So on screen, most brutal Michael Myers kills. Please feel free to comment in the video, and I'll kind of go through those and keep an eye on that.
Brady's was pretty violent in H4, the skull crush.
Yeah, Brady actually made the list over the thumb to the head in 4. I'm not gonna.
Halloween 2 has a few for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm not giving away my ranking, but I can tell you, I'm sure you can guess which one is pretty high on my list.
So hang on, is it top 10 kills in Halloween or top 10 Michael Myers kills?
Michael Myers kills.
I was gonna say there's some pretty brutal kills in H3.
Yeah, there is. So I kind of framed my pitch in a different way. I think when I first pitched the story, I did the 10 most brutal Michael Myers, and they wanted me to be more descriptive. So I went with 10 most brutal Michael Myers kills. And it kind of falls in line with, I kind of framed it as, Halloween Kills is coming up, and it's said to be one of the most brutal Halloweens, most brutal Michael Myers to come along. So I thought it'd be a good list to put together, and it got greenlit. So I'm just like I said, I pretty much got that ready to go as far as list wise and ready to write. But I just, in case I missed anything, I just kind of want to put, get everybody's opinion on that.
I can think of 2 for sure in Rob Zombie's H2 that, like, not only would they be on my list, they'd be towards the top of my list, even though not a fan of that movie. There's 2 really brutal ones in there for sure. Actually, there's probably more than 2, but there's 2 for me. I mean, I'll just say what they are.
I just sent you what I put number 1 on my list.
It's definitely, yeah, no, that was going to be one of them that I brought up. And then the other one is fucking Danielle Harris's death, Annie's death.
Oh god, yeah,
it's pretty like it hits you, like you see a bit of the physicality in it. Obviously, it's shot sort of slow motion weird.
I haven't seen those films in a long time. She got fucked up in the first one bad too, didn't she?
Yeah. She did.
Yeah, she went through some fucking hell, and she did. I don't care what anybody says. I know there's a lot of skepticism about bringing her back, and I understand that. But for the movies that she's been in, she's been really phenomenal.
Absolutely. You know what's hilarious is, sorry, I'm looking down at the clip that you sent me earlier, the TV spot,
Yeah.
and like it's actually the fucking thumbnail.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I was gonna point out. I actually was just gonna say it's just the thumbnail, but I was like, I'm just gonna send him the clip.
Oh man!
But I just I already knew who it was, even though it's the backside. I mean, you just know. So
Yeah. Touchdowns, baby, touchdowns. So here's one for you, Mike. Before we get to a few questions, so eliminate Scream 4, and I get this is still a little recency bias here. And if you take the first 3 Scream movies and put them up against the Fear Street movies, I know Scream's iconic and all this, but in terms of just movie quality, I think the Fear Street trilogy is better than the Scream trilogy.
I'm gonna go Scream.
Scream?
Yeah, for me personally.
You were pretty hyped for Fear Street. How did you end up handling it?
I don't know. Maybe I should go back and rewatch Fear Street. I know you said you went back two times or 3 times and watched Fear Street already.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to go back and rewatch it. I don't know. It's just I have a very hard time of letting nostalgia play. Nostalgia plays a big factor for me, and honestly, that's something I'm really working on as an individual, especially as a writer now, to try to let go of, because it can get in the way of really great films. And I love the Fear Street films, and I'm sure nostalgia plays a huge factor in me for that. So yeah, I would have to agree. I don't. Man, I'm thinking about it now. I'm still gonna stick with Scream, but I'm gonna have to revisit that because I know that you said you came to really like the third Fear Street film.
Yeah. So
So if
I watched it, I hated it, but I was also it might have been the highest night of my life.
so I know. So if would you still say the same if you still had the same feeling about that third Fear Street film?
It'd be close. It'd be close.
I got you. Yeah, maybe I need to rewatch it, especially that third one. Because I love the first one, really love the second one. I watched the second one a couple times. But yeah, I definitely need to go back and revisit it. Man, I'll tell you what though, Netflix did a great job with that. I know we talked about the new Mike Flanagan movie or series. I can't remember which one it is.
Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass is this coming out with Matt Saracen in it. I'm sorry, not Matt Saracen. Thinking of Friday Night Lights. It's the same guy, but yeah, it looks very good. It comes out tonight, actually.
Yeah, Jade and I are going to watch it tomorrow night. I'm actually really looking forward to it, and then hopefully Saturday night we'll get Malignant in.
I'll tell you what, though, if Netflix hits on Midnight Mass, which really seems like they are, they're really stepping their game up when it comes to horror. I mean, because they lacked that for a while. I feel like it's one of the last genres that they really tried to hit. But with Fear Street, and then if Midnight Mass hits, they got something going. They're on a roll.
Let's see what we have here in the chats, in the comment section before we get out of here for the night. I'm definitely not reading that on there. Bathtub Kill in Halloween 2 is brutal. Do you mean the hot tub? Hot tub was fun. Solid Saturn says, what's your prediction for Halloween Ends kill count? I don't know. 12, which would be toned down considerably. How about you, Mike? You got a prediction for Ends kill count?
Yeah, 76. Just a prediction.
Man. What else do we got here? Brackets reaction to the death alone is brutal. Yeah, for sure, Preston. Rob Zombie's H2. Again, there are parts of that movie I quite like.
I think it was also in the second one. It didn't make my list, but it was a pretty brutal kill. The stripper getting her head slammed into the glass.
Preston says, I was honestly bummed with the second Fear Street and never watched the third.
Ooh.
I finished them, to be fair. Really like the initial entry, no question. I'm picking Scream, though.
Second one was my favorite, actually. So I know, Sean, I don't know if your list has changed since you've rewatched them. I know you would you go first, second, and third, right? In that order?
That's where I was. I don't know where I am today because, like,
it's tough.
The third movie, I've seen it 3 times.
Oh, wow.
The first time was just like, oh my, what the fuck am I watching? Like, yeah. The second time, it's like, okay, I'm starting to get this more. The third time, it's legitimately, for me, the part of the movie that grows on you the most. Is thinking to all the way back then, that's when it started. So, I don't know, man. I really like all of them. I don't know what my rankings could be. It legitimately might be 3, 2, 1 now. I don't know.
Ooh. But that's good that's good to hear. I mean, because you were high on the very first 2 films. So for you to possibly be able to put the third first, it sounds like Fear Street really overall sit very well with you.
Justin says he hopes they do more Fear Street. Do you think it could happen, man? Do you think
Yeah, they're doing, I don't know.
Say careful what you say here. It's
so you. I don't yes, I do think they're doing more Fear Streets. That's all I'll say.
Big money maker. Intel Wild. Our old buddy Intel in
Thanks,
that.
man.
It's appreciated, dude. As I choke on this vape. Oh, that burns. Dewey cheating death in Scream movies more than once is unbelievable. It's hard to argue with that one.
I don't know, man. I think over the next few months we're going to get more from Scream. And to be honest with you, I was very disappointed in the fourth one. I made that very clear. So I have no reason to try to play favorites, and I never do. But everything I've heard so far about this new one, I haven't seen or heard anything that I really don't like. My biggest thing going into this film is they couldn't do the same old thing, and from what I'm hearing, they're not doing the same old thing. I know over on the Patreon account, Sean has some more details on that, and I don't know what they are, but from what it seems and from what I hear, they're not doing the same old thing. So very, very good so far in my book. For people who want it to be the same old thing, sorry about your luck.
Yeah, no, I think that's well said, man. I was just thinking, and then I completely lost my fucking train of thought. As soon as you brought up the Patreon thing, like, oh, I better put up the graphic, and then sorry, Scream. So we're gonna get our first look at that movie very soon, like the next few weeks.
So what do you think is going to be? Just a teaser or a clip, or what do you think they're going to do?
I believe we're getting a teaser trailer. I don't know if it's attached to Halloween Kills, so don't go say Fandom Empire said that, but I believe it's coming out the week of Halloween Kills. So.
Do you think? I know it's different from Universal. What is the new Scream? Do you know what that is? Who's doing that? Who's behind that?
Paramount, I think.
Is it Paramount? I'm just wondering because I'm wondering how soon. Because it seemed like to me they waited a little while to release the Halloween Kills trailer. So I don't know how Scream's going to do, if they're going to release a full one kind of really soon, real early. Like how many months they're going to do it. If I had to guess, probably October would be my guess.
It is Paramount.
Okay. Yeah, I would say if it's Paramount, I would say probably October. I mean, that would be the smart thing to do. It gives you what, 2.5, 3 months right there to really, really go for it, really start promoting it. So I can tell you, in Spirit Halloween, the Scream section is a lot bigger this year. I don't know if that has to do because there is a film coming out. If I had to guess, I would say yes. I don't think it's any new branding or anything like that based on the film, but I think I for some reason Ghostface is a bigger section this year and a lot more merchandise in Spirit Halloween.
Dean Renner says Scream 2022 is finally supposed to branch away from the normal Scream formula. I don't know if it branches fully away from what I've heard, but it definitely takes a different, there's a tone change.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see what's going to change or where they're going to change, because one of the reasons that Neve Campbell came back is because these directors and writers really paid homage to what Wes Craven did in that first film, and kind of kept what he did with the Scream franchise. So it's interesting to see that they were able to keep that, but still steering in a new direction. So I guess that is really what intrigues me, to be honest with you.
Huge Halloween tribute in the new movie too.
I heard. Do you know about it?
Yes.
Or like what it is? Okay, because
I know where it is specifically.
You said what?
I know where it is, if that makes sense.
Okay, I was just asking because I know when it first came out, people said they had a small little tribute, and over the past couple of weeks, I'm hearing it's a pretty damn big tribute to Halloween. So I guess we'll see.
It's kind of what Wes Craven was doing. So
I mean, you're right. That's true. And honestly, I think, what is it? H2O paid homage back or something like that, or one of them paid homage back to the Scream films as well. So I guess a lot of love right there between those two. Oh yeah. Now that I think about it, it hit in my head. At the end of H2, when Lori tells them to drive off, she said, "Drive down to the Becker's house." Casey Becker, if that rings a bell with anybody from the first screen.
Yep. Ken says he thinks that he heard that there will be a teaser attached to the Screen 25th anniversary re-release in theaters. When is that?
Well, I know it's coming up soon because I know they're releasing a 25th anniversary 4K steelbook for Scream next month.
I did see that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure when the actual 25th anniversary is, though.
And then you know what? DC Fandom ends up dropping a day after Halloween Kills, where there's going to be some big shit announced too. So news coming.
December 20th was when Scream was first. Very weird date, or just December 20th, right before Christmas is when the original Scream came out.
We'll see something before then.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's almost as bad as the Halloween Kills marketing isn't starting until October nonsense. Ugh.
Yeah, October 1st, baby.
Yeah, man. Well, is it October 1st? No, it's not. Wow.
They got. I'll tell you what. For it not to be October 1st, they got a hell of a lot out.
This question's been up here multiple times tonight. I keep forgetting to answer it. Do you know if the poster for Halloween Kills on Amazon is the actual poster? I've not seen it.
I would just be very cautious when it comes to ordering off Amazon. I mean, Amazon's great. I love Amazon, but obviously they allow sellers on there that you can't really trust. I would always make sure you look at the reviews, how many reviews an item has, what the stars is on that, read the comments, read the reviews, see what overall that item is, and then make your decision based off there. If not, there's several other ways you can get the Kills poster. You can do it yourself in many ways, but if you don't want to go through that hassle and just want to buy it, and it's not on Amazon. The actual theoretical or theater poster is very expensive. I think it's like $99.
What?
Yeah, it's legit. It's legit though.
I knew it was stupid expensive before, but I thought it would have gone down by now.
Let me check. I'm gonna check on that now if you wanna. It's movieposters.com for everybody who wants to know. That's a good place to get movie posters. And most of them are around the $25 range, so not too expensive at all.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow up on that.
Walk the dog tonight, Sean. I will try. I can make no promises. Pretty crispy. Anyways, what else do we got here? Michael Myers not being supernatural is unbelievable because he survived being hit by a car, multiple gunshot. Watch the new movie is all I'll say, and you can make your own conclusion.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Halloween Kills poster original. Oh, that's double-sided. If you want the double-sided one, it's $149, but you can't buy it because it's sold out. So people actually spent $149 on that movie poster for it to sell out. Wow.
Oh, Byron, that's a loaded question, man.
Y'all are dedicated out there. I'll tell you all that.
That is a loaded question. I honestly don't know. I don't. There's a reason most of those movies didn't get made. I didn't mind the H4 pitch where it was at the drive-in. But the part where he becomes like a giant Michael lost me. I was with the whole pitch right up until then. I was just like, okay, you had me, and then you made this horrific creative decision. Yeah. Halloween Returns, that would be another good one. I hear a lot of people say all the time they would have preferred Halloween Returns over Halloween 2018. I'm not one of those people. Final question. We'll end up with this one. Any weekend box office predicted for Halloween Kills? Well, it's on Peacock now, which means it's going to be on every torrent site about 3 hours after the first couple of showings. Sorry, not showings. It won't be on the 14th. It'll be on the 15th on Peacock. Most people will be seeing it in theaters on the 14th. But either way, like, you'll be able to see this movie so many different ways. It's going to be ridiculous. So not very high. I'll say it'll do more than what Candyman did, but I think this at one point could have done with a date change and no Peacock could have done 45 or 50 opening weekend still. I'm going to say like 33. 30.
I was going to guess 32.
So I do think they've cost themselves a lot of money. So it is what it is. Mike, where can everybody find you at, man? What do you got going on now?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Michael Bish _. Follow me on Instagram at mbish _. Yeah, just with the Halloween season intact, a lot of my pitches are going to be horror related. So you can follow me. Just look out for me on collider.com. I share all my work on my Twitter page and my Instagram. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for all that.
You can support us on Patreon if you guys want to out there. It's our main go-to right now. This Sunday is Lampkin Lane, 1 to 2 exclusive Halloween shows a month. Inside Fandom's now a thing. That's a bunch of fun. Supernatural Revisited, its first episode is going to get recorded very shortly. Again, that's patreon.com/Fandom Empire. The link is, or at least the URL is in the description of this video. And yeah, we'll see you guys Sunday night for Lampkin Lane and Tuesday for Fandom Empire Live, which, by the way, Mike, I totally forgot that I was supposed to ask you this today, man, and I didn't. Are you available Tuesday?
I think so. Well, what's up? Yeah, this Tuesday I am.
Yeah. So if you can do this Tuesday, we're actually going to do 90s movies.
Oh my God.
You're
letting me know that now? I might as well go. I got to get off and go make some fucking coffee because I'll be up next couple nights.
Tuesday, I'm sure we'll talk some Halloween and some movie news, but we'll be doing the best 90s movies for 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, and so on, all the way through 99. It's going to be hella fun. Looking forward to it. I'm
going to hurt some people's feelings. I'll tell you that.
I'm going to be so stressed doing this list. Anyways, until next time, everybody, thank you for the support. Don't forget, check us out at Halloween Fandom, a group that's at over 5,000 people now, run by our boy Dean Renner in the chat. Appreciate
Dean.
You over there. And you can, again, check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. Big thank you to our patrons, and we'll see y'all next week. Good night.